Kasisi was a small village surrounded by hills and dry farms. Life was quiet but very hard. Hamis was born there. He grew up in a mud house with no electricity. His parents were farmers. Every day, Hamis went to the farm with his father. They planted maize, cassava, and beans. "Baba, will life always be like this?" young Hamis once asked as they were weeding. His father smiled sadly. "No, son, one day things will change, but not by sitting and waiting. You must move, you must try." Hamis finished primary school. He joined a secondary school, but he failed his final exams. After that, he helped his father in the farm full-time. Later, he married Amina, a village girl who used to fetch water near their house. They had 2 children, Ali and Nasra. Life got harder. Rainfall reduced, the harvest was poor. "We can't live like this forever," Hamis told Amina one evening. "I want to try my luck in Dar es Salaam. Maybe there is a better life." Amina looked at him. "But Hamis, you didn't finish school. You have no skills for town." "I'll find something. I'll learn. I won't give up." Hamis sold 2 sacks of maize and a cow. He used part of the money for train tickets and saved the rest. With a small bag, Amina on his side, and their 2 kids holding hands, they took a long, dusty walk to the train station. On the train, Ali asked, "Baba, will we have a big house in town?" Hamis smiled. "Maybe not big, but it will have lights and food." Dar es Salaam was hot, noisy, and very crowded. They rented a small room in a slum area called Buguruni. The walls were thin, the roof leaked, but Hamis had a dream. Hamis used part of his remaining money to join a driving course. He worked hard and got a driving license. Every morning he walked for hours, giving out copies of his license to companies and asking for a job. No vacancy, most offices said. Some companies promised to call, but never did. Days passed. Weeks passed. The money for food was almost gone. "Can we ask the neighbor for some flour?" Amina asked one evening. "The kids are hungry." Hamis nodded silently, ashamed. That night he sat outside, staring at the stars. "God, why did you bring me here?" he whispered. One day a company called Fast Delivery, FD, called Hamis for an interview. He wore the only clean shirt he had. The manager, a short man with a serious face, looked him up and down. "We give you a small car. You carry goods around town. But listen," the manager said, "if you crash the car badly and insurance doesn't cover, you pay half the damage. Understand?" Hamis nodded. "Yes, sir. I will be very careful." He was given a second-hand pickup and started work. Every day he transported goods from Kariakou to different shops. He worked from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. He saved money. He bought better food. Ali and Nasra started laughing again. "I told you things would change," Hamis told Amina, smiling. One day, it was a hot afternoon. Hamis was carrying goods from Kariakou to a retail shop in Moyenge. Students were coming out of school. Roads were busy. He slowed down as he approached a crowd near the roadside. Suddenly, a small boy broke away from his brother and ran across the road. Hamis saw him too late. He turned the car fast to avoid hitting the child directly. The car hit the boy slightly and crashed into a tree. The boy flew and landed hard. People screamed. "He has killed the child," one woman shouted. "No, the boy ran. I couldn't see him," Hamis cried from inside the car. Stones started flying. Windows shattered. Blood ran from Hamis's head. Police arrived. The boy, John, was taken to the hospital. Hamis was taken to the station. He was later told John broke his leg and arm. John's parents sued Hamis. After negotiation, Hamis agreed to pay all hospital bills and a little extra. FD fired him. He was left with no job. He used all his savings to pay John's bills. 2 weeks later, Hamis had no money, no food. He started cutting grass for people. He worked in industries as a casual laborer, lifting sacks for little pay. "I think we should go back to the village," Hamis told Amina. "No, let's fight here," she replied. But Amina had started changing. She was often quiet. She went out without saying where. One day, Hamis came home early. The door was half open. He entered quietly. He found Amina on their bed with the landlord. Hamis froze. "Amina, what?" The landlord jumped up and ran. Amina pulled her dress. "Hamis, we haven't paid rent in 3 months. How do you think we still live here?" "You sold yourself?" Hamis whispered, broken. "I did it for us," she shouted. Days later, Hamis found her again with the landlord. "I'm tired of this life with you," she shouted. "I love him now. I'm leaving." Hamis begged. He knelt. He cried. But Amina left. Hamis was left with Ali and Nasra. Life became harder. 1 month later, Nasra got sick with malaria. Hamis tried. He bought medicine. but he was always out working. The girl got worse. She died in the hospital. Hamis cried until his voice broke. A week later, he got a court letter. Amina sued him for poor parenting. She took Ali away from him. Hamis was alone. He had sold most of his furniture to pay John's hospital bills. He was broken. One day, the landlord kicked him out for rent. With nowhere to go, Hamis went back to Kassisi. His clothes were torn. His eyes were empty. His mother had died 1 month before. Hamis cried so much as he loved his mother very much. He asked them to show him the grave of his late mother. They showed him and told him, "We did not know where to find you," and inform you of her death. Later on, other people in the village saw him how he was broken. People laughed. "You went to town and returned worse." He didn't answer them. He was just quite confused, and sometimes he talked to himself. Hamis tried to hang himself. He took a rope and went to the nearby forest. It was in the morning when Hamis arrived in the forest and hanged himself, but when he was struggling to death, a man collecting honey saw him and cut the rope. Days later, Hamis was still broken. He slept in dark room alone. He even tried to drink alcohol, but he never get used to it, so he stopped. One day, he drank poison. He was found on the floor of his room struggling, and people saved him again by giving him enough milk. The village chairman announced, "Let's help Hamis, he's broken." They brought religious leaders. They encouraged him. Slowly, he started healing. He began burning charcoal. He sold it in town. Once a week, he returned to Dar to sell and look for jobs. One day, he was called for an interview. He got a job with a better company. He drove a canter, then later a bigger truck. He rented a good room. He prayed. He worked hard. He opened a food and crop shop. He collected goods from Kassisi and sold in Dar. 2 years later, Hamis built a big house. He married another woman from Kassisi. She was kind and honest. One day, Amina came back. "Hamis, I want us to be a family again." "No," he said, "I just want my son, not you." "I am so sorry for everything, Hamis," Amina said. "I didn't know what I was doing. I was just tired of the poverty life. But I still love you," she said. "The landlord is treating me so bad. He bits me whenever he gets home drunk," Amina said while crying. Hamis said, "Life can change again. Do you mean you are going to leave again?" "I can't. Matter of fact, my new wife real loves me, and I am pretty sure she won't divorce me when hard life comes, because she has been with me since I went back to the village. So just go, please," he said. Amina left while crying. May she remander for more sweet stories.